the New York Post, Democrat Senate campaign org fires employee accused of tampering with Montana ballot box. It's not just that. We've got this story from Channel 21 KTV. It's AP reporting 12 Colorado mail-in ballots were stolen and filled out. 3 were counted. And then there's another one that I had pulled up. There was a mailbox set fire to in Arizona that torched 20 ballots. So, we're getting off to a good start here. There's a video of a Democrat staffer tampering with this box in some way. Now, it's funny because they say allegedly tampering. Why are you saying allegedly? He's seen putting his hands on it and rustling the box around. He's trying to do something. He's literally tampering with a ballot box. We don't know that he succeeded in doing anything or whatever it is he was doing, but he was certainly tampering with it. They fired him, and they said he was simply trying to see if it was secure. If it was secure to the wall.
Has nothing to do with the fact that Trump is literally Hitler.
Sure. Yeah, right?
Like, I just want to see if your mail's secure in your mailbox.
The reason why they say Trump is Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini is not because they want violence. I mean, that may be a component, but it's because they want a standalone complex. They want 10,000 Democrats acting of their own volition to cheat so that they can win.
Yeah.
When it comes to counting the ballots, it takes only maybe a few hundred people even counting votes to go, does that say Trump? It looks like Trump. Garbage.
Yeah.
Kamalo. Close enough, Kamala. And what's this one? Trimp? Don't know what that is. Kaimalo. I know that's one for Kamala.
It was like the whole hanging
chads
thing, right?
Yeah, you got to remove emotions from it. You said trust. There's a certain level of trust, but we've developed systems called trustless systems.
Yeah, like the Bitcoin ledger, obviously, there must be some way to change over to that one day, but
They need to have
some 90-year-old who wants to vote.
They need 3 individuals per vote to count.
Like Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's not going to vote on the blockchain.
They need 3 individuals per vote counted. So all counting should be done by hand, all votes done by paper, and it should be a Trump voter, a Kamala voter, and an independent, and all 3 of them go through each one and make a determination as to who got the vote.
And then if there's a discrepancy, they send it off.
Escalate to a separate, yep.
But what do you think about an open source blockchain?
I think it has nothing to do with what we're seeing in destruction of with tampering with ballot boxes and torching ballots.
Well, you wouldn't have paper to worry about. They couldn't.
Sure. And so the issue we're dealing with right now and the concerns that we have are pertaining to the fact that already we are seeing ballots destroyed and tampered with. And what will that mean for Election Day?
Yeah, that paper ballots are vulnerable.
What do you think, Phil?
I think the paper ballots are the way to go.
Well, what do you think happens on Election Day if right now we're already seeing ballots get destroyed or ballot boxes get
you
tampered
can't,
with?
for 170 million or 150 million votes, there's going to be some non-zero level of malarkey, if you will.
Do you think this stuff always happens?
Yes.
And we never pay attention. But then why?
Absolutely, every time ever.
So why don't we see all these stories leading up to every other election then?
Well, because up until 12
cared.
years ago, there was no social media. So if you go to CNN,
It's the New York Post.
Well, I guess maybe they would have, maybe.
And this is a Democrat office firing a guy, and it's an official report.
Yeah,
this is high level.
I'm sure
political
what
stuff.
I'm sure you could have found these things, but now it's just so much more magnified.
There's cameras. Everyone's got a camera in their
cameras
pocket.
everywhere.
Catch
Exactly.
people in the act.
There's cameras everywhere. Everybody's got a camera. I'm sure this stuff has happened.
I think so too. I think regimes have been controlling narratives.
Then the question is, if it's in the mind of people, will anyone trust the results with a single story about ballot destruction?
I don't think anyone's going to trust the results either way.
Literally, no. Nobody,
even if Kamala and
either
Trump shake
side
hands
is
and both wave and say we agree, everything's good here.
Even in 2016, there was the the Trump Russia stuff. In 2020, there was the whole Trump said that he won and stuff. I mean, there's no way that that. I think that's the idea of people actually accepting the vote as honest. That ship sailed.
The only people who are going to accept the vote are the people who voted for Chase Oliver or Jill Stein.
Wait, Phil,
because they know those people are losing regardless. But everybody who is a Democrat or Republican voter will not accept the results.
This is what I don't understand. It sounds like you're saying no one's going to trust it, but let's just do it anyway.
No one's going to trust it regardless of how we do it.
But what if you secured it on digital?
Well, we're not doing that this year.
No one's going to trust it because they're going to because there's already been they're going to say, oh well, look, there was the whole stuff with Dominion. Computers can be hacked. No one's going to trust it.
Computers can be hacked
because they're not going to trust it, not because the system is
so
uniquely insecure. It's just that people won't trust.
Do you then agree with Rudyard?
That there's going to be violence?
1,000 dead by April.
I don't know about that, but I mean, I articulated my position last night, and I do think that that we're in for shenanigans. So
I don't see how it's funny because these poly market odds are like 2-1 Trump, and I'm like, have they considered the possibility that there's no inauguration? I mean,
Well, then you get your money back. I think that's neither a yes nor a no.
that you get your money back for those things.
Yeah. It has to be resolved. If you ever bet on Polymarket, it's like you have to. It says it's resolved a yes if he's like elected.
It says if the AP, Fox, and I think NBC call the winner, then it resolves for the winner.
So it doesn't have to be.
And if it doesn't get called by the press on inauguration day, whoever is inaugurated will be the resolution. But I'm like, and what happens if there's no inauguration?
Maybe
What happens if there's two?
If there's two separate inaugurations, where are they going to happen? How does that work?
What do you mean? A group of people get together and hold up the Bible, and then Kamala and Trump both swear on it in different places.
Mm-hmm. Well, that'll be fun. That'll be
So here's a long shot scenario for you. The Democrats refuse to certify Donald Trump, citing that he is ineligible under the 14th Amendment, Section 3. So they refuse to count votes for Donald Trump, instead counting votes for Kamala Harris to give her the Electoral College victory. Trump and other Republicans say, this is ridiculous. We know for a fact he won. Democrats say, nope, we've certified Kamala to win. Doesn't matter. We are the House and we certify. Thank you and have a nice day. She's also the vice president. She'll be the one counting the votes. So when Jamie Raskin, who already said they intend to do this, literally in February, he said they will not certify Donald Trump if he wins. I'm telling you, he said this literally at a bookstore conference. He was a round table or whatever panel, and he said, if Trump wins, we will have civil war conditions. We will not certify the vote. We will say, Donald Trump, you are ineligible under the 14th Amendment. What happens then when there's no resolution? The Supreme Court gets petitioned by everybody, and then come January 20th, the White House or the Capitol grounds, they're closed. We're not doing anything. So Kamala goes to one building, Trump goes to the other, and they both claim to have an inauguration.
It's a bit above my pay grade. Yeah.
But I'm saying not for you. I'm saying, what does Polymarket do? It's like,
what does Polymarket do? Probably
Trump wins because the press is saying he has the most votes, but even though they didn't say he won.
Well, I guess I don't. Yeah, maybe. If there's then who's and there's just two official presidents.
Well, that's how the
crappy TV show.
It was a civil war in the United States that had two presidents.
Yeah, I guess. But they both operated.
Rudyard Lynch, What If Alt Hist, made the prediction that there would be a Patriots capital in Austin and a People's in D.C., and I disagreed with him. I said, well, that doesn't make sense because you said he thinks Trump is going to win. If Trump wins and Democrats revolt, Democrats ain't going to Austin. Republicans would be.
Of course.
So Republicans would have D.C., Democrats would go to New York. New York is a seat of power for the Democrats, and then they would have their Congress, and they'd
Trump
say,
Tower.
Well, they'd seize Trump Tower for sure.
Yeah, they seize Trump Tower, and that would be the new
that's a good point.
Congress building.
Congress, Democrat members would go there and say, Trump is ineligible, and we are not going to be party to a corrupt fascist takeover of government. This is a coup, blah, 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 blah.
Honestly, they're not competent enough to pull something like that off, I don't think.
I disagree.
Yeah.
You got to read Sun Tzu.
All right, we'll see.
Don't underestimate your opponents.
Yeah, we'll see, I guess.
It's depressing.
I don't know. I mean, it seems that scenario seems closer to like a movie, but I could definitely see some violence. Absolutely. Mostly coming from the left if Trump wins.
Rudyard may just be a guy.
Yeah.
Some guy on the internet, huh?
I mean, we're all just guys on the internet, aren't we?
Yeah. And so when he says he has a standing bet, $1,000 if 1,000 people die by April, I'm like, that's a pretty extreme claim to make. I mean, that's months away.
Yeah.
That's half a year. You think
it'd be like COVID all over again, where you're like, well, how did they die? Did they die of
No, he's
war?
saying specifically if domestic political violence results in death. Like
Yeah.
it's a clear cut bet. He said it's going to be like you go to work every day, you watch the TV, but bombs will be going off in Chicago.
Did he ever get in a fist fight? Because he was talking like a kid behind a computer screen. Like,
but what does that have to do with?
Like, does he really
He's
think
not saying
that?
he's looking for it.
Yeah, what do you mean?
He
was saying he
sounded like
read
he
about
was
the
like-
history of Chinese dynasties, the French Revolution, the Spanish Civil War, and the Russian Revolution. And based on those things that he's read, here's his predictions.
Yeah.
And he may just be some guy who read some stuff and is wrong. That's sure.
I
But
mean, this stuff has happened over and over again throughout history. We're living in a pretty relatively calm time.
that's the crazy thing is that we had a golden age for 30 years.
Yeah.
Longer. 30,
still in it.
35 years. Well, it's coming to a close.
depends on what we do next, man.
The fourth turning.
It's definitely coming to a
You
close.
see, like the end of the 1700s, the way they developed electricity, and shit popped off. Golden age, like batteries, electricity, chemistry, and if we do some new technological breakthrough, we could have space-faring
AI
civilization.
songs?
I don't know how that changes
AI,
the political
AI is huge.
conflict.
Yeah, I mean, again,
you
people on the
refix the
left
economy.
are not like Democrats. If Trump wins, are not going to take it well, especially because, like, there was a period a month or so ago when it was looking like Kamala Harris is just running away with it. Remember that, where like the odds shifted and she went ahead, and they were getting pretty jubilant. I just don't think it's going to be the ultimate letdown for them. And
I'm
it's
saying,
not going to take it.
listen, ladies and gentlemen, you have to prepare, and this is for you, Danny. You have to prepare. You
Go back to Canada.
You cannot. No, you can't do that.
No, I'm not.
You cannot sit around just waiting, wishing for the best. You got to go out. You got to buy backup batteries, because when Trump wins, these Democrats are going to be on the ground wailing like banshees, and you need to film it and post it to X so we get to watch.
Well, you should get a backup battery. Jackery is a good one. I have a Jackery battery. When the
graphene
power
ion.
went out at my house, I don't think there's that graphene in mine, but
Well, then you got
my
a bad
power-
one.
My power went
I
out.
got a graphene battery. Ian's not.
I think I have a graphene battery.
the one I got you.
Yeah, that little
Starlink
guy.
would
But I've
be
got
valuable.
a
Listen.
big Jackery AC/DC power. It's great.
Graphene backup batteries. You know those portable batteries?
Yeah.
The graphene one can be charged up in 10 minutes.
Wow.
Check it
Because what the way it works is it's a lithium-ion battery with, I guess they say they've like got a graphene sheet running through it, which charges it equally and evenly all at once. So the energy goes straight into it, charges it. So you've got 2 full cell phone charges in 10 minutes.
There's a new gallium nitride is the new superconductor they're using. I make tiny. Look at this, 10,000 milliamp hour.
What,
battery.
really?
It's this thing, dude. And it has plugs in it.
10,000.
10,000, dude. It can charge my phone 2.5 times. This little guy. Wow. It's at 84% now. I've been charging it for about 20, 30 minutes.
Well, look, we all saw the video of the woman dropping to her knees and screaming no in
Where is she?
2016.
Do you
I
ever
don't
think
know.
of-
but
I think
listen.
about that a lot.
No, I think about
Who is she and where
what
is
scares me the most is that it's going to be November 5th, and Democrats across this country are going to be dropping to their knees and screaming no, and Republicans will have dead phones. Their phones are going to be dead, and they're going to be like, I can't get out. I got 1% left. No, I couldn't film it. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.